For the most part, human beings have a history of problem solving. After a problem has been identified, someone will usually begin attempting to solve it. The following article will give you some of those solutions you might not be familiar with. Make yourself some massage oil to put on your scalp. Take 6 drops each of both bay and lavender essential oils and mix them with just 4 ounces of almond, sesame or soybean oil. Massage this oil onto your hair and scalp, letting it sit for 20 to 30 minutes. Both the massage itself and the ingredients will help to stimulate the follicles and increase hair growth. Vitamin C is an important aspect of hair retention treatment. It helps to produce collagen, which is vital to keep your hair alive and healthy. If you feel that you are lacking vitamin C, eat more citrus fruits, or eat some vitamin C candy drops. Scalp scrubbing can do a lot of good, encouraging hair retention and even causing fresh growth. Find a brush that has plentifully spaced hard bristles, and scrape your scalp with vigor. Try your best to avoid causing pain, yet try it hard enough to get the job done. This will stimulate the blood flow, bringing up the nutrients used in hair growth. Saw palmetto, applied to the scalp daily, is believed to help hair growth. You just need to rub a few drops into the scalp for it to be effective. If you're worried that your hair starts getting thinner, consider buying products that you could use on it. If you style your hair with gels and related sticky substances, wash them away prior to calling it a night. Those types of products could cause clogging in pores, which will lead to you losing hair. If suddenly you have unexplained loss of hair, reflect upon the amount of stress you have in your life. Highly stressful or traumatic life events can cause hair loss. If you decrease the amount of stress in your life again, the hair loss should stop. Learn to handle stress better and remove as much as possible from your life. The more stress you put yourself under, the more likely it is that you will lose your hair. Stress also accelerates any premature balding that you are genetically inclined to, preventing treatments from being successful. Keep away from strong color treatments, perms, and the hot iron to avoid doing serious damage to your hair. Moisturizing hair products can prevent hair loss caused by styling. Go often to a competent hairstylist to stop your hair from splitting. There are lots of B12 sources. It can be in the form of supplements, or you could eat more meat, such as chicken and beef. You may wish to add more vitamin C to your diet if you notice hair loss. This vitamin helps get more blood flowing to the scalp. It also maintains the capillaries that carry blood to your hair follicles. Your hair will be able to regrow faster as more blood circulates at your scalp. If your body is not getting enough calories, you may start losing hair. You can get rid of hair loss by ensuring you eat enough according to your height, age and weight. It is vital that you eat enough food during the day. If you have hair loss accompanied with a scalp that itches and has thin scales, mainly along hairline, ask the doctor about the condition seborrheic dermatitis. Seborrheic dermatitis is pretty easy to manage with over-the-counter and prescribed shampoos, but your doctor will need to rule out any other causes for your hair loss first. Some people have found that using black strap molasses will improve their hair growth. Drinking just 2 teaspoons a day is beneficial for both your hair and your energy levels. Molasses isn't the tastiest remedy, so stir some in with something that tastes strong. More than half of men report some hair loss starting in the mid-20s. As such, it is a calamity we all face. DHT is a chemical that can destroy your hair, and you must take precautions to lessen your risk of losing your hair. There is just no way that all forms of baldness can be helped with these types of medications, and you will often be disappointed if you believe that they will work for you. It is possible that some may be effective, but many promise the moon but don't deliver. With the various causes of hair loss, it is not logical to conclude that every proposed solution will work for each and every person with this problem. However, there is much good information concerning hair loss, so you should be able to find a tip that will work for you in this article. Make sure you take advantage of all you have learned from this article. Stress, genetics or certain medications are all possible reasons for hair loss problems. There are various things that may be done to slow or conceal its effects. This article can help you deal with hair loss. Losing hair can seem like a hard, emotional experience, but you must be aware of the real physical problems that will come with it too. Your hair protected your head from rain, snow, cold, and UV rays. You should wear a hat and sunscreen while in the sun. There are plenty of hair products that are not good for the hair. If you choose wisely, and are aware of what products cause damage, you will be okay. Some products can hinder hair growth, or cause unrepairable damage. Be sure to make use of products that have been proven to be harmless. If you are concerned that your hair is thinning more than you would like, think about the products you use on your hair. If you use sticky products or gels, be sure to wash those products out before going to sleep at night. Products like these can cause clogged pores, and this may cause hair loss. Avoid the heat of hair dryers and styling tools on wet hair. Chances of damage to hair follicles is exponentially higher when the hair is wet. To preserve what hair you still have, towel dry hair very gently until merely damp, then let dry in the air. Style your hair once it has dried off completely. Even young men lose their hair. Don't be embarrassed if your hairline's already receding before you've finished school. Some men begin to go bald during their college years, and a small percentage will start to lose their hair in high school. Try switching to shorter hair if it becomes noticeable. There are many that find these types of close-cut hairstyles quite attractive. If you do this one time a day, it can help your hair grow back. Apply a few drops to your scalp, and then massage them in. Wigs are always a viable option for anyone who's lost his or her hair. This is an effective hair loss solution for both women and men. Allow time for your hair to get thicker and fuller before you have it cut. Cutting your hair too often can end up weakening your hair. Use caution when you apply hair treatments to ensure you don't ruin any bed sheets and clothing. Let the product dry on your hair and scalp before you touch anything, like your pillow. If you want to prevent hair loss, it is important that you avoid stress as much as possible. Stress can be a huge reason as to why you have hair loss, and when it is controlling your life, your hair loss will only get worse. Learn to cope with stress effectively. Many people say that using hair dye on your hair causes hair loss. However, this is not true except in rare instances. Hair dye can cause hair loss if it's kept on the hair for too long because of burning it off, or if you're allergic to the dye. This is why it is always recommended that you do a spot test before using any hair dye. If you have hair loss accompanied with a scalp that itches and has thin scales, mainly along hairline, ask the doctor about the condition seborrheic dermatitis. This could also be a sign of psoriasis. Your doctor will be able to tell you what you have and prescribe a medication or a special shampoo. These remedies are not very effective in slowing or preventing hair loss, and if you believe otherwise, you are sure to be disappointed. There is a chance you will see a difference, but a bigger chance that you will end up without seeing any change. As crazy as it might sound, the technique of meditation can actually help slow down your hair loss. You can lose hair when you are stressed out, because the blood vessels located in your scalp can become closed off. Meditation can relax your body and improve your scalp's health. Use shampoo that is made for your hair type. If you do not know your hair type, consult with your hairstylist, and they can tell you if your hair is normal, oily, or dry. Rinse hair thoroughly after shampooing so buildup doesn't occur. If you decide to dye your hair, it is best to have it done by a professional. Furthermore, ask your hairdresser to use foils, as opposed to overall hair dye. Hair dye chemicals can damage hair follicles and even your scalp. This can result in a loss of hair. As you move forward and seek methods to manage your hair loss, you will be more well informed having just read the tips and ideas that were provided here. When you become more educated about the process and possible causes of losing hair, you will be more prepared to find solutions that work for you. There are as many treatments for hair loss as there are reasons for hair to fall out. You also have the option for wigs or weaves. No one has to know that you have a problem with hair loss. The following article will give you a better understanding of hair loss and offer different solutions to help. Refrain from attempting to style hair while it is still wet. Even being too assertive while drying can result in damage. When hair is wet, it's more likely to suffer damage and break. In order to preserve the hair you have, towel dry your hair gently until it is damp and then let it air dry the rest of the way. Wait until your hair is completely dry before styling. Mixing rosemary and potatoes in boiling water can actually make your hair grow faster when you rinse it in the resultant concoction. Bring rosemary, water and potatoes to a boil, and after it has cooled to room temperature, use the mixture to rinse your hair once every night. As strange as it may sound, an effective hair loss treatment is meditation, a technique that relaxes your body and mind. Stress causes blood vessels to shrink, which means the blood cannot flow properly in your scalp, and your hair falls out. Meditation and massages can increase blood flow to your scalp, and possibly stimulate hair growth. Some products for the hair may not actually be healthy for your hair. Take a bit of caution when selecting products so that you can be sure that no damage is made to your hair. There are products that actually cause hair to grow more slowly. Only buy hair products that you can research to make sure they will not harm your hair. Whip up a massage oil to use on your scalp. Try a base of about 4 ounces of sesame, almond, or soybean oil, and add 6 drops each of bay and lavender essential oils. Massage this oil onto your hair and scalp, letting it sit for 20 to 30 minutes. This will help to stimulate new hair growth. If you are feeling sad about some of the hair loss you are experiencing, then it can really help to start thinking about the benefits of not having hair. One of the best parts of hair loss is that you never need to concern yourself with styling your hair in the morning. Try not to overprocess your hair with chemicals, harsh treatments, and heat. You should use moisturizing hair products which are made from high-quality ingredients. Get regular haircuts done by a professional to prevent split ends. Vitamin B12 is available in many different forms. B12 can be obtained in a supplement, or you can eat more meat, such as chicken and beef. Consider drinking blackstrap molasses, a natural remedy for hair loss prevention. Taking 2 teaspoons of blackstrap molasses every day can potentially boost your energy level and add life to your hair. To make this easier to take, try mixing it with peanut butter or coffee. If you are having issues with hair loss, it is a good idea to make an effort to try to get more vitamin C into your system. Vitamin C helps by getting more blood flow to the scalp, and maintains capillaries which carry the blood to hair follicles. More blood to the scalp means hair will regrow even faster. Don't brush wet hair. Wet hair is susceptible to damage. Simply wait a few minutes for your hair to dry, as it is much less vulnerable in this state. If you brush your hair when it's wet, you can pull on it and cause split ends. Hair loss can occur at a young age and can make you feel very insecure. It is best to recognize your hair loss early on and accept it as inevitable. This makes many people look mature and attractive. If you're concerned about hair loss, you should think about stimulating the scalp, in order to give your hair a better chance to grow. You can do this by brushing your scalp in a vigorous fashion with a hard bristled brush. Only do this when your hair is dry. If your hair starts falling out, it might be because you are feeling particularly stressed. Take action to reduce your stress level at home and at work. Find a way to relax and take the time to do things you enjoy, and you may find that this stops your hair loss. As mentioned earlier, hair loss is caused by many factors, and there are just as many treatments for this condition. Extreme hair loss may require an examination by a professional so that the person can get the treatment they need right away. If you keep this article's advice in mind and establish a hair loss treatment program of your own, you can minimize or reverse the hair loss effects you experience.